Hi everybody. I'm going to do another stretching routine today. I was trying to keep it to around 10 minutes, but I just can't seem to do that. So this is 18 minutes technically, but I give some variations in the middle. I get to use the picture-in-picture option to be able to show you a couple of ways to do it later on, but I hope you enjoy it. You see, we're in transition with our decorations. It's post-Easter, and so we haven't got the next thing up yet. Though we did keep this painting from a local Charlotte artist with this pie-eyed bunny that we really loved. I really think that these are poppies underneath these sunflowers, which makes them like a little bit awake. So we'll go ahead and get started, and this will be a smooth flow. I'm going to stay on the ground the whole time, and hopefully this will be helpful to you. So we're going to start in child's pose. Go ahead and open your knees, mat width distance. If you can sit on your feet, come forward all the way, stretching out the arms. Maybe relaxing. Make sure your hands are on either side of the mat, on the edges of the mat. And opening up the back. And press back into the heels. Take a couple breaths here. Now go ahead and bring the right hand about 6 inches off the mat, and then put over the left hand on top of the right and press back into the left hip. Opening up the side body here, opening up the shoulder a little bit. Come back to center, maybe get a little press back a little further into your heels, and we'll do the same thing on the left side. Move the left hand about 6 inches off the mat, and then put the right hand on top. Press into the right hip, opening up the side body. Come back to center, and we're going to come up onto our toes. Sit on your knees and your toes, maybe tuck your pinkies underneath, and we're going to open up the chest. We're going to interlace our fingers behind and open up the chest. This is something that I really like to do because this helps in our posture. We sit scrunched all day looking at our screens, and we want to make sure that we kind of arch our back a little bit. From here, go ahead and lean all the way back. Put your hands on the ground, maybe have your fingers facing forward, opening up the shoulders, opening up the chest, and then press up, opening up the front of the legs, called the quadriceps, and the hip flexors, as I forgot the name of that right when I was going backwards. Lift up with the hips, and then come down. We're going to come all the way forward onto our hands and knees and do a couple cows and cats. Pull your hands in, arching the back, pressing your hands away, pushing your back up. We'll do one more of those. And back. We'll do one more cat and cow. Pulling the hands in, pushing the hands away. And then we're going to come back to neutral position. We're going to stretch to the right, lift the left arm up, thread it underneath, maybe have it back a little bit. Press your shoulder to the ground, either straighten out your hand or put it behind your back to get a good twist. Press the hand down, come up, and we're going to switch sides. Right hand out, thread it through, in towards the back, maybe push a little bit with the shoulder. Hand down, come back up. We're going to tuck our toes under, go into downward facing dog, pedal out the feet, pressing the hips up. We're going to lift the left leg up. We're going to bend the knee, open the toe, point the toe, open the knee, open the hip to the left. Stretch with this twist, getting the left side of the body. Bring the foot down, switch sides, leg up, bend the knee, point the toe, open up to the right. Make sure you're pressing down with the heel of the left foot, opening up the body here. Straighten out, come back down. We're going to step forward into a lunge, bring the knee down, hands up onto the thigh and press forward, opening up the hip flexor here. We'll reinterlace our fingers behind our back, opening up our chest again, pressing a little more forward. This also kind of opens up the hips. Release and sit back into a half splits, kind of opening up the hamstring now a little bit. From here, we're going to kind of walk our foot all the way to the right-hand side of the mat. Bring the knee down into a 45-degree bend in the leg here, and then a 90-degree bend in the leg here, and a 90-degree bend in the leg here. Kind of set yourself up toward facing the front, and then lean forward. You may have to be pressing to keep yourself up, and lean forward. Again, this opening up the hip on the left side. And then we're going to switch side. Keep the feet in the same place, and we're just going to kind of rotate onto the feet, and we magically appear in two 90-degree angles facing the other side. Again, you may want to be pressing with the hand to kind of keep yourself straight as we are leaning forward over the knee. Come up. Again, keep the feet in the same position. And now one of my new favorite moves is we're going to rock back and forth. Again, the heels are going to be locked onto the floor, and we're just kind of going back and forth, opening up the hips. Maybe you can kind of lean forward and do it hands-free. This is a lot of fun. And then as you're facing the back again, we're going to come back into the lunge onto the right side. Hands up on the thigh, pressing the hips forward. Sit up, interlace the fingers, open up the chest and press. Release, come back into half splits. Pressing into that hip, make sure that you're thinking about pulling the right hip back, pushing the left hip forward. Come onto the foot. We'll do a wide leg forward fold, hands down. Let the body hang, let the neck hang. We're going to walk ourselves over to the front, and we're going to sit into a yogi squat. Have your feet in mat width distance. Have your knees facing over your toes. Get your hands to prayer in between, pressing your knees apart, sitting up straight. Lean forward to arch the back. Come back up. And then chin to chest, roll back into happy baby. Pull the knees towards the armpits. Release the left foot. Straighten out along the ground, pulling for happy baby on the right. Switch sides. Let the right leg fall down. Come back up. Bring the knees together, hug them in. Bring the feet down to the ground. What we're going to do is we're going to do kind of a stretching twist to the top. So have your right arm flat against your body and on the mat. We're going to lift the left arm, and we're going to reach 45 degrees over to this side. We're going to come up onto our hips, and we're going to leave. This is a great stretch for the side of the body. Come back, we'll switch sides. The left arm goes down, right arm goes up, and we stretch over to the left side. Do this one more time each side. Final side. Take your right leg, pull it into the chest, straighten the left leg, flex the toe, and press forward into a hamstring stretch. This is one I continue to keep in all of my morning stretches. This is one of the best ways to be able to stretch the hamstring. Relax the knee, pull it in, bring the other foot up, cross over into a figure four, reach through, grab behind the thigh or in front of the shin and pull forward, opening up the hip again. Pull in a little more on the last breath. Release, and then twist to the left, and 90 degrees with the right. You can either keep 90 degrees with the left, or you can grab the foot and pull it up, giving a little bit more of a quad stretch on this. Think about pulling the right shoulder down to the ground and pushing the left knee to the ground. We're going to release the right hand, come back up to center. We're going to straighten out the right leg, pull the left knee into the chest, flex the foot, and press up. Straightening out the leg, left leg this time. Relax the knee, pull it in, bring up the right foot, cross over, reach through, grab behind the thigh or in front of the shin, and pull in. As you're breathing, think about when you exhale, trying to relax the lower back, get more into the mat. This should be somewhat a relaxed position. Stretching should feel good. Pull in a little bit for a last breath. Release. You're going to twist to the right this time. 90 degrees with the right leg. Could be 90 degrees with the left leg, or you can grab the foot. Twisting over. As you breathe, think about just relaxing the left shoulder more towards the ground. Release the foot. Come back up where you came. Pull both knees in, tuck your chin, rock back and forth up to a seated position. I'll give you two options here. You can do seated tree to bend forward, or a half hero's pose if you have the flexibility to do this. Either way, whichever, and I'll have a little box up here that kind of shows the other way of doing it. Lean forward over to the left. If you are in half heroes, think about kind of digging the left heel in and pressing it to the left, and that'll help keep you straight. Sometimes in this you feel like you're falling over. So, but by thinking about pressing the heel to the left helps keep you straighter. If you're in, and I'll have in the window up here, if you're in seated tree, we'll do a twist. If you're in half heroes pose, we're going to lean back and do another quad stretch. All the way back. Opening up, this is one of my favorite stretches to do. You can lift your arms overhead to give a little bit more. You can lift your left knee up to open up a little bit more. And then straighten the leg. Very important that you come up evenly, so stack your hands underneath your lower back and press up. And then we're going to do a vinyasa. Transitioning out of the hero's pose is sometimes tough because you feel like you have to untangle yourself. What I found is just think about the left foot, bring the left foot in underneath the hips. Just leave the knee down and press back, step back, high to low, come up into an upward facing dog or a cobra if you're not ready to do that, because we're going to do our arch track. We're going to sit here for a second. Think about pulling your shoulder blades together, pushing your hips forward, and come back into downward facing dog. Bend your knees, look forward, come through to a seat, and we're going to switch sides. I'll do this side with the half heroes, with the seated tree, and I'll put in the window here doing it in half heroes pose. So lean forward, over the foot, when you come up, bring the knee, foot up, knee over the left. You can stay here and do the twist, or you can bring the foot in and twist to the left. You can grab around the shoulder. Think about trying to get the armpit as close to the knee as possible, or you can have your upper arm on the other side for more of a twist. And in these twists, as I say, start with the waist, then the shoulders, then the head. Go ahead and look forward. And then coming out of from this twisting, we're going to just come forward onto the left knee. Come onto the left knee, press the left foot back, right foot back, and then jump up. We'll hold up in upward facing dog, back to downward facing dog. Bend your knees, look forward, come through to a seat, and then here we'll finish up. Either get into lotus pose and grab your toes behind your back, or be in simple seat, grab opposite elbows, and bend forward. Come on up. We'll do a little twist, right hand on left knee, twisting to the left, come forward, left hand on right knee, twisting to the right, and then come back to center, palms up, shoulders back. Take a couple breaths. I'll rotate towards the camera. Hands to heart center. Thank yourself for spending the time to do your stretching this morning. Thumbs to forehead, lift up, inhale, exhale, bend forward in gratitude. Thank you very much for following along, and have a great day.